Once upon a time, there were two little boys, both of the same age. Both of the boys had a father, but one boy grew up rich and the other poor. The boy who grew up poor had a father who worked in a factory, and his father worked this job as an employee until he was too old to continue. The poor child's father would always tell him, if you need to make more money, just work harder. After all, trading more of your time for money does end up making you more money, right? The poor child's father was a bold, outspoken man, and he would always tell his son to work hard and don't ask too many questions. He was the type of guy who would storm the front gates of a castle, even if it was blocked off by an impossible army. Now the rich dad was different. He too was a bold man, and he graduated from the same school as the poor dad. So why did he succeed while the poor dad failed? So many of us float through life, never questioning what we were taught. We're told to save for college, get a degree, and do all of the things that our parents tell us. For several decades, this worked quite well. But ever since the creation of the internet, things have changed. The old system can still work, but not if you want the kind of money and the kind of lifestyle that most only dream of. The problem with the old system is that it is designed to, for the most part, make you an employee who works for someone else. It's true, the economy does need employees, but how about you let someone else do that while you run the business and collect the checks? A famous quote once said, "The most successful men work smart, not hard." The child with the rich dad grew into a self-made millionaire, not because he was handed a bunch of free money, but because he was taught one simple principle that rich people still use today. The golden shovel principle is something that the rich have known all along, and it's one of the things that most poor people don't understand. Back in the days of the gold rush, thousands of men would rush to these gold mines, thinking that they were going to find the mother lode and strike it rich. Inside of these small towns, a few smart businessmen would sell shovels to these thousands of men at a high profit. And at the end of the day, most of the guys who dug for gold went home broke, still holding a shovel in their hands. Now on the flip side, the guys who actually ended up getting rich were the businessmen, because they seized a great opportunity to work smarter and not harder. There's no way around the fact that success takes hard work, but you might be surprised to learn just how quickly it can happen for you, as long as you play your cards right. If you look at almost any super successful and rich person, you'll find that they got to where they are, not by working harder, but by working smarter. In the beginning, you will need to work really hard, but at some point, you'll reach a level where you must begin to work smarter. Growing up, most of us have been told that if you want to make more money, you just need to work harder. But here's the problem. For most people, the main goal of working is to make enough money to be able to do what you want, when you want, and how you want it. What the average person doesn't realize is that there are easier ways to accomplish this end goal of making more money. The guy who owns the business and the guy who works for the business both have the same goal. But the difference is that one guy is working smarter while the other is simply working harder. The gold miners and the guys selling the shovels both had the same goal, which was to strike it rich and make a lot of money. But the businessmen selling the shovels got rich while the miners stayed poor, because the businessmen took the blindfold off just long enough to ask themselves, is there a better way? So think about what you're doing to make money right now and ask yourself, is there a smarter way to make more money? And you also need to ask yourself, if simply working harder at what you're currently doing will truly make you rich. If you can't answer yes, it might be time to work smarter and not harder. With the help of the internet, millionaires are being made almost overnight. There are easier ways to make more money out there, which you will learn in future videos. The truth is that we live in a golden age of wealth creation. So the only question is, which one are you going to be? The rich guys selling the shovels or the forever poor gold miner? And with that said, you guys are awesome. And until next time, thanks for watching.